Hello, everyone. It's Steve with Aptera Owners Club. I want to do a quick roundup of what's going on in Aptera. If you guys haven't heard, couple of people, there's been some personnel changes over at Aptera. Audra Leslie, which many of you may have known, she has worked with the PR group. So it's been mainly the three people that are mainly in the PR group that we know about. Audra Leslie, Quincy Hilla. I think she just got married and her last name is Salazar now, and then Chris McCannon, which I think everyone knows as well. The three of them, have been doing the PR for Aptera for many years now. Audra has left Aptera as of February 2025. You can see in her LinkedIn channel that she started with Aptera in August of 2021, which was just 2 years after she graduated from college. So quite young, and this is one of her first jobs. She left February 2025. She has an interview with our friend, the Ninjaneer. Great interview. Check it out. Audra has just such great energy and an infectious smile and just good vibes, and I think she's going to do well. And she explained this in an interview that she just felt like she had learned what she could at Aptera, and she was very passionate about it, Aptera, and she loved Aptera, but she just felt like there were some new directions in her life that she wanted to pursue. So best of luck to Audra. The other thing is Jason Hill is leaving Aptera as well. Obviously, I think both of these exits are on good terms and on their own terms. Basically, the design for the Aptera has basically been done. So I think Jason has decided that he's needs to pursue a couple other projects, and he left it on the table that if Aptera needs him back to do the four wheel car, he's obviously very welcome. He's very happy to come back and work with them, and they have an ongoing relationship. So this is something that Jason's been very proud of, and he was around for the very first iteration of Aptera, and he's stayed on, and he came back to be chief of design for the second iteration of Aptera starting in 2019. And I'm always going to be appreciative to Jason because he always was very generous with his time, and he was ready to talk to the community and explain things, and he would do the Zoom meetings with me at home after he put his kids to bed. And so yeah, so thank you, Jason, for uh, all the time that you contributed to educate the community and kind of give us your thoughts. And I really enjoyed all of our chat. So Jason will be missed. I'm sure we'll see him back from time to time with Aptera. Okay, the other thing that Aptera is doing is they just released these pictures. So this is from Interbattery. So Interbattery in 2025 was a big success for Aptera. We were honored to participate at the invitation of LG Energy Solutions and CTNS. For the first time, solar mobility was introduced to Korea, receiving overwhelmingly positive feedback. Our next supply chain was met with key production suppliers, including LG Energy Solutions, providing M52V cells. So now we know exactly the cells that they are producing. So if you look at this, and you look at this, you can see exactly this is the exact cell that LG will be providing for the Aptera. So it has a nominal voltage of 6.7 volts, 5,000 milliamp hour capacity per cell, and has a max charge rate of 0.7 C and a continuous discharge rate of 3 C. And you can see the internal impedance. So this is the cell that they're going to be providing. And then they also met with airbag, ABS, and yoke suppliers. So I'm taking this to mean that the ABS, airbag, and yoke suppliers are from Korea. That isn't confirmed, but they were in Korea with LG and CTNS, which are both Korean companies, and they also met with the ABS, airbag, and yoke suppliers. So either those suppliers were also happened to be at this Interbattery 2025, although I don't know why an ABS, airbag, and yoke supplier company would be at a battery convention, or Aptera stopped by in China or Taiwan or Japan or wherever else these suppliers might be, or these suppliers are Korean companies, which I think is the most likely situation. They said the LG Energy Solutions booth was the busiest at the show, while CTNS also attracted significant interest with Aptera's production battery pack on display. We feel very fortunate to have such incredible partners helping bring this vehicle to life. Now, there were a couple of distractors that were saying that Aptera is wasting money, flying people halfway across the world and paying for hotel bills and all this stuff to send their show, and also they're shipping the Gamma over there. But we were told that LG and CTNS funded this trip, so Aptera did not have to use their funding for this trip, and LG and CTNS evidently paid to have the Gamma shipped and help support the team going over there. So that's really good. You can see that there's a lot of interest. Obviously, we all know Aptera, very eye-catching, very futuristic looking vehicle. So not surprising that it got a lot of interest. And then if you look at this, you can see that CTNS. So if you guys were at CES, the CTNS booth at CES was very, very small and austere. And this CTNS booth looks pretty amazing. So they definitely ramped it up here. And you can see here an individual module and the entire battery pack, which you see very well in this picture. And it looks amazing. Look at this battery pack. So this is the full Aptera battery pack produced by CTNS. Here is the high voltage connections in the back here. And you can see the module. Now, I don't know if the module is going to have a cutout like this on the full battery pack. I'm assuming not. I'm assuming this cutout is just for the display, so you can see the modules, and they have a module like this. I kind of like this. This reminds me of the if you go to a Lucid store, they have their battery module on display, and you can kind of look at it and touch it, and I think it looks cool. And this obviously looks awesome. So here it is, the CTNS Aptera battery pack. So that's what's going on at Aptera. Couple of personnel changes, I think, all obviously on very good terms, and then the good showing at Inter Battery and LG and CTNS theing good enough about their collaboration with Aptera that they're funding the trip. So I think there's a recurring theme here. A lot of these large companies, they see the value of Aptera as kind of a halo project. So LG, and then of course now we know that Mitsubishi Chemicals, who is the owner of CPC Group and supplies the carbon fiber things, they're using Aptera's Bink in their booth at JEC World, and then LG is using Aptera at their booth at Interbattery. So these large multinational companies are very proud of their connection to Aptera and using Aptera as kind of a halo project to showcase how forward-thinking and how futuristic and how sustainable that they want to be. So I think that bodes well in that Aptera still has that cachet. So hopefully that brings in better funding with this more exposure like this, but we'll have to wait and see if we get a funding update from them. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.